Hello, I'm Christine Franklyn. It's so good to be here with you once again, and we are preparing for the holidays. So, this is a great time to keep in mind how to stay healthy, and that's what I do. I'm a health coach, and I help people to maintain healthy habits all year long.
And my name is Silvana Siskov. I'm a health coach too, and I'm nutritionist. And today we are going to talk about how to survive Christmas and how to eat healthy during the Christmas season. So it's interesting topic, and we are kind of in the middle of the Christmas season.
Yes.
And I read somewhere that on Christmas Day, on average, people consume over 6,000 calories
Oh, wow.
in only
Oh,
one
that's
day,
huge.
which is like three times more than recommended calorie intake.
Yes.
Yeah. And I presume even before Christmas, like of weeks leading to Christmas, people are kind of consuming much more food and drinks than usual.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah.
Definitely.
Mm,
So there's a lot to be said about how to manage what's going on at this time of the
yeah.
year without going overboard and consuming 6,000 calories and a whole lot of alcohol.
Yes. So one thing that you would recommend, what would that be?
Well, I believe we have talked about stress eating, and
Uh-huh.
that is something that comes up for many people at this time of the year because very often we end up, thinking about all the things we want to do. We want to get presents for children and other loved ones. We want to have family over, and sometimes that is easy. Sometimes it calls for a lot of preparation, and sometimes family members may not get along. So we know
Yeah,
that happens. And
it's
so there are
true.
all these opportunities for stress to creep in. And when that happens, then we might lean towards stress eating and looking for comfort food. And of course, there's lots of that at this time of the year. So the main thing is to manage your stress very carefully going into Christmas, because this is the time when you definitely don't want to be in that stressful space and then end up eating even more than you normally would, or eating things that you wouldn't normally eat. So my first tip is to manage your stress at this time of the year very carefully.
And it's interesting you mentioned that because people often have a different strategies to cope with stress, such as doing yoga, doing meditation, or doing some kind of exercise, doing sports and things like that. And in December, uh, lots of people I know, they stop doing it
Yes,
because they're so
that's true.
focused on partying and just to partying and partying and partying some more, and they kind of they don't live the life they normally live, and they're so focused on going to the party and eating and drinking and thinking about partying and thinking about Christmas and stressing out about it, and they forget about their coping strategies. They forget about their how to feel calm, how to feel how to feel less stressed.
Yes.
So yeah, it's
So,
interesting one.
what would you suggest for people at this time of the year?
This time of the year, I'm aware that people drink lots of alcohol because it's all
Yep.
about partying, and lots of people connect parties with drinking alcohol. And we know that there are so many calories in alcohol. We know that alcohol is not good for anybody's health or weight or anything. Um, One of the things I suggest to people, if you're going out to the party, instead of thinking, no, I mustn't drink, because at the end of the day, people are going to drink. I suggest to people, have a glass of water after each drink, and you will drink less. And that will also help you with hydration.
Yes.
So if you go out and you're out all night, and normally you have I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 10, whatever glasses of certain alcohol, whatever it is, whether it's a glass of wine or a rum and coke or whatever it is, um, if you think you might have a 10 glasses of alcohol, if you have a glass of water between each drink, you will cut it in half.
Yes, that's a brilliant idea
Yeah.
for
So
sure.
yeah, so that's one of the things that I suggest to people. And even on Christmas Day, kind of alcohol is going to be all around us. And instead of having a glass of wine after glass of wine, have a glass of wine and then glass of water and then another glass of wine if you want to, and then glass of water again.
I like that
So
strategy.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's one of the things I always suggest to people. Kind of, as I said, it can also help with hydration, and water is the healthiest drink of all.
And since you mentioned parties, another tip that I often give to people is make sure you don't go to Christmas parties or any party on an empty stomach. Have
Yeah,
something to eat beforehand so that you might try a little treat here and there, but you're not trying to fill your empty stomach at the same time that you're seeing a whole lot of food. That's not the best combination.
yeah,
So don't think, I'm going to eat at this party anyway, so I'm going to skip my lunch and I'm not going to have anything for hours beforehand because that is a recipe for overeating.
yeah.
So make sure you go with something already in your stomach. You've already eaten something and you're just adding a little to that when you get to the party.
It's true. And what people often do when they go to the party, they kind of they starve all day because they want to save enough space for the food when they get to the party, and that's just a recipe for the disaster, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, yeah.
Is
And
there anything else that you'd like to
yeah,
add?
yeah, I would suggest one more strategy, and that is same strategy that I always say to people: when you are putting a food on a plate, put vegetables on your plate first. Uh,
Ah,
that's something that I always suggest to people. And as I said many times in these videos, I work a lot with people who want to lose weight, and that's what I always suggest to them. When you are putting the food on a plate, put the vegetables first, and then whatever place is left on the plate, then you put some other bits and pieces.
yes, that's a
Yeah,
brilliant idea. And if there's a small plate available, try to choose a small
yeah,
plate. That way, you're not filling up your plate
yeah.
stacked high with everything that's there at the party.
And what I find interesting, like when you go to the party, any type of party, whether it's birthday party or a Christmas, you usually find a big table there with all kind of bits and pieces. And I don't know there where you live, what's kind of common, what type of food is common at the parties. But over here in Britain, there is lots of sausage rolls and quiche and slices of pizza and sandwiches and those kind of things. And at the end of the table, there is always a salad.
Yes.
And
After
then,
you've already stacked up everything on your plate. Yes,
and
it's
then,
true.
but at the end of the night, there is no any pizza left. There are no any sausages left. There are no any quiche left, and all those type of things. But there is always salad left there.
Yes, it's
And
true.
then people always think, what do we do with this salad now?
Yes,
And so they say, okay, we might have it tomorrow, just put it in the bin. And it's so interesting.
yes. That's so true.
So yeah, so whenever we go to the party, there is a salad, there are vegetables there, but people consciously choose not to have it.
Yes, yes. But it'd be
So
great if the salad was there at the beginning of the table. So, as you said, you can put your vegetables on first and then the other things afterwards, if only.
well, I think the people choose that side of the table is the beginning of the table.
Yes,
They
it's
can
true.
always start from the other side of the table.
It's true. That's where the focus is. It's so, so true.
Right. Is there anything else you would like to share about this topic?
Well, I think we've given people some good tips already. The main thing is to remember that there are consequences to what you eat, even for one day. So
Mm-hmm.
just bear that in mind. Although, yes, we want to enjoy ourselves, and by all means, yes, do that, but still do it within limits so that you don't have to worry about packing on the pounds and any other consequences that might impact your health after you have overloaded your body.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So next time, we are going to talk about how often should you weigh yourself, and that's gonna be
Yes,
interesting one.
very. Can't wait for it. So please join us.
So I'll see you next week.
See you then.
Bye.